All right, this is the last of our editing, grammar, punctuation lectures that we'll have for this semester, so congratulations for sticking in there. So we'll be talking about parallelism, where we have all of our ducks in a neat little row. Come on, there we go. So what does this mean? It means that in a series of two or more listed items, the parts of speech should match. So you have noun, noun in a list, verb, verb, verb in a list, not noun, verb, and verb in a list. So when we're talking about making our lists parallel, we should aim to start all of the items in the list with the same part of speech, with the same verb tense, the same voice, and the same sentence type. So let's look at some examples. I think that's easier than trying to take it down to the level of grammar. So here's an example of faulty parallelism. Strategies for effective writing include reading a lot, learning grammar, and how to punctuate. Where's our problem? Well, we have two of our items in this list, both have an ing verb, reading and learning, but how to punctuate, that's a different setup. So in order to get this parallel, we go to reading, learning, and recognizing instead. So they're all the same part of speech. Here's another example. Students not only learn to read more effectively, but are writing efficiently. So this is also faulty parallelism. Why? Well, this one's a little sneaky. There are verbs here, to read and are writing. Those are two different ways of setting up our verbs. This one might sneak by you, but we should honestly try to get it into the same parallel structure. Students not only learn to read more effectively, but also to write more efficiently. Here's another example of faulty parallelism. Writing instructors teach students to inform, to persuade, and entertain. Another one that might be a little bit sneaky. We have to inform and to persuade, but we do not have to entertain. To fix it, we just add that little to, and all three of those items in the list are the same. Another way you can do this is to make to only to use it one time at the beginning of the list. Writing instructors teach students to inform, persuade, and entertain. Either way works just fine. Here's another example of faulty parallelism. Some teachers ignore narrative writing because they believe narrative is not useful in the real world, narrative is only for creative people, and they don't like it. So sometimes faulty parallelism can happen in bullet points. So here's the problem with this one. We have our list set up with our bullets, and one of the problems is that the list is set up to be working with this believe as our main verb. So because they believe they don't like it, that doesn't work. So we need to try to find a way to get this third item to match with the other two. So here's a way to fix it. Some teachers ignore narrative writing because they believe narrative is not useful, narrative is only for creative people, and narrative is not interesting. In this case, all three of them are in the same format. Why do we do this? Parallelism provides clarity and readability. This might be one that can just go right over your head, but sometimes it can actually be the cause of some real issues in getting your message across. And so it's always worth your time to make sure that you have your structure set up in parallel, clear, and readable setups. Okay, I hope that you've enjoyed these lectures on editing and proofreading, and I'm going to let you go, and we'll get on to more exciting things.